Greetings, fellow Sierra Leonean, and welcome to the Critical Thinking Talk Show. I am your host, KHADIJA TEJAN NABIE. The Critical Thinking Talk Show, on the community announcement, the Critical Thinking Talk Show wishes to extend sincere condolences to not only the friends and family of the late man, His Excellency President Mugabe, but also to the entire continent of Africa. Africans as a whole will forever mourn the death of an icon, a Pan-Africanism, a man whom I will refer to as the epitome of fearless bravery, outspoken, and the list goes on. I would also like to extend sincere apologies to our neighboring country, the Republic of Liberia, on behalf of all peace-loving Sierra Leoneans, for any physical pain or emotional distress that the Leone players endure due to the poor behavior of some set of individuals that decided to misrepresent the good name of Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans. In the strongest term possible, we condemn every and any form of violence. As a feminist, I also condemn the violence act of our law enforcement personnel against the two female journalists, Miss Frances Bernard Borden and Miss Esther Marie Samor, during the Leone Star game this weekend. I extend my sincere apologies to each of you for your pain inflicted, for any pain inflicted on you, on behalf of the Critical Thinking Talk Show and our entire team. Finally, there will be a second show this evening at 6 p.m. USA time, Eastern Standard, which will be 10 p.m. for the Republic of Sierra Leone and 11 p.m. for the United Kingdom. Topic to discuss: recent report card for Sierra Leone WAS, and simultaneously the incidents with Sierra Leone Star versus Liberia Leone Star. This takeaway to it today interview with Honorable RABBI Sirajin Rollongs-Kamara. I will pause here for now and send out notification and immediately bring Honorable in. I want to tell you thank you and welcome everybody, and I feel free for share the today's show for notify others as well. I just send notification and then bring Honorable in, and I thank you again. And I just send notification, and then I will bring Honorable in. And I thank you for your time, and then I welcome for share. I'm sorry, I still the same notification. Okay, so okay, Honorable, when you come on, please let me know. So I will bring you on and I'll see you on it. Hello, Mr. Bangura. Welcome, sir. Greetings, sir. Pasheki, how are you, sir? Welcome, and welcome everybody who are not able to respond to it. Honorable, please let me know when you come on. Send a text message or so. And I thank you for the patience. Mr. P-Fab, no start with honorable. You don't come back here. Oh boy, welcome. As soon as we get honorable, we'll bring them on. I don't see it. Amen, amen. Sally, thank you so much there. And all welcome once again. We just wait for Honorable for come on board and we will start. And I thank you for the patience. Miss Salimatu, welcome, welcome. Thank you for your endless support. Now the Hamburg Honorable is phone, eh? I go join with soon, hopefully. Mr. Ronald, I see you there online. Try for get hold of Ronald Moses of Honorable for me, please. Yes, Mr. Moses. Good morning, darling FA. How are you? Mr. Moses, try forget Honorable for me, please. No go start. See if you go get on WhatsApp for me because well, I don't come live. I'm not going to interrupt the session. Please. And I'm sorry for the delay. You're welcome, madam. Okay, Mr. Moses. Thank you, sir. Honorable, welcome, sir. Okay, your features still they show the same way, sir. I don't know, you get for check your device or maybe log on a computer somewhere. It still they show the same thing. I'm not going to bring you in. Yeah, Honorable, I see you, but I'm not able to bring you in because of the way how the setup day. I'm not able to send you anything. Pass if you send me a request. If you can use another device, because this is not the same thing again. They happen. Honorable, I see you live. Like I say, I need to able bring you in. If you can change device, maybe get a laptop or a desktop where it gets camera and log on, or use another device. You're not going to able to come on except if you send me a request. And I thank you for the patience. Yes, we are. Mr. Moses, we are not in the equipment where they use, not in they give access. And I'll welcome, we just wait for Honorable. And I thank you for your patience. Madam Casada Kitchen, welcome, Madam. I will. I definitely go invite you. Patient me small, yeah. Not just bring Honorable and then I will bring you on, Madam. If I not get on, I will bring you shortly, yeah. So just be patient, Madam. Thank you for coming and welcome. And I all welcome. Honorable, try again another device and no see, yeah. Because this not able to bring you on. Mr. Michael, we dey do an exclusive interview, so we dey address different topic. I hope say that they answer your question. Mr. Limata, see we dey dance, enjoy while we dey wait. Okay, I will. When I bring Madam Casada as a wish.
Hello, good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Welcome.
Yeah. I know say, so this is just an unexpected program where they can pop in, but something happened where it really gets me offended. By the way, all of you know me, I'm Daphne Casada Kitchen. You know, I look at the issue of the football where happened yesterday.
Yes, madam.
Where two female journalists were beaten by the security of the president. Where I think to say, we women, we need to open up, we need to see something. It's not acceptable.
Yes,
I think what I saw today, a few minutes ago, is a total disgrace to my country, Sierra Leone.
Indeed.
When I tell you it's a total disgrace, how on earth can the minister, the ACC, without investigating teachers, you put placard on them around cutting tree to humiliate them? What country? Where are we heading to?
I know.
APC members were beaten by SLPP supporters. APC members were arrested and kept in jail. The 2 police officers were suspended. Now they've been promoted. Where are we heading to? The president can sit for his bodyguard to go and beat female journalists in their boots. Where are we heading to? Where is the discipline? I mean, I am so pissed off. I'm sorry, I don't have a platform. That's why I'm using this platform. But I am so mad.
Miss,
I think we need to lift our voices, because this is what is happening now.
Miss Daphne, first and foremost, I want to tell you plenty thank you. When you join, you come. This type of platform, we need them for now events and bring with voices then together. For now, we see how they bring Mama Salon to a better, the place where we all they imagine for be. Unfortunately, you know, being hearing me open statements, this is now one of the things them as a feminist, and one of the things them we are condemned in the strongest term possible.
Much. Yeah. I mean, just because so I could not go on live, now the Facebook page, so when I see you come on, I mean, I have my other things to do, but I believe, say, when they hear me voice, it can be different. And I think to say this is something we all have to. As a peace-loving Sierra Leonean, we all have to open our mouth wide and condemn this type of brutality. We have to. We are not here talking about South Africa, and it's happening right at our back door. It doesn't make no damn sense. Sierra Leoneans, we're not used to that. Now they're talking about, I mean, oh my God, I could not really get this. This is the first government that I can see. You know let me say, illiterate attitude. Because you did it to me, I will have to do it back to you. How long are we going to keep up with this nonsense?
Miss Daphne, I cannot agree with you. I don't even know what to say.
How long?
Stuff concern like this, we don't speak on it for so long.
You know, but they fail to realize that this is. I was listening to the commentator at the game yesterday. I was in my car. I was listening. This is a white guy because it's an international match, and the commentator was saying that the Liberians were attacked. What is the message are we sending to the world? And those journalists were in the international journalist booths. They saw the presidential guard going to them and beating 2 female journalists to pulp. I mean, I don't know what message you are sending, but hey, all what I can see, my president, Madam you're doing is collecting per diem. Because since he's been in the government, that's all he does, collect per diem. Every 2 weeks he's ready to go and collect per diem. But the country, he doesn't talk anything. I am really pissed off, I'm not gonna lie. I was happy to encourage them to talk to them. But all that's going on, no. Talking to the players and not addressing the real situation, it doesn't make no sense. It really does not.
And Miss Daphne,
Daphne Maxwell Pratt strongly condemn it. I strongly condemn it. And I think the IG should go. The Inspector General should go. We need a change of things, because this is a misdirection. It's not even a new direction, it's a misdirection. Come on now. Come on.
Miss, you frustration there in place. You get right fulfilled the way
I am mad.
Yes, you get right fulfilled the way you feel. And yes, Miss Effie, they bring you in shortly.
Okay, yes, you can put Miss Effie in.
No, talk small. Okay, I don't left. Okay. So Miss Daphne, what I want to say is that you frustration there in place. With all this concern where you bring, so it's like redundant. The rather unfortunate part is that you get set of Sierra Leoneans will not ever get the best interest of the love of the country. Anytime where you raise your voice on the then kind of situation they are, so then they get away with and they class you. Either they say you belong to NGC, APC, C4C, then they all irrelevant. I keep for the say this. Every Sierra Leonean have the right to belong to any political party of their choice. But when we get situation as in a case of an emergency, state of an emergency, we need for address and sincerely, because one, the precedent where we they set, we they set across board for any other administration where they come after this, you understand? But if we address and sincerely as Sierra Leonean and we speak under one voice, not and then only, like I could continue for repeat, we go able for bring about a better mama salon. But we will not relent, we will not stop, because one, at the end of the day, we're not here for police motor man. Some of we, not to we sabi, not to we know how I they continue for say this. And no say Allah they use me for a reason, and I will continue for be the servant of Allah. I will continue for be the voice of the voiceless, and I will do so sincerely. When we wrong. You understand? So I bring FA ne Insef come in as Insef one say one or two things while we wait for Honorable. If not, the conversation will change to waiting Miss Daphne suggests. Important that we speak on that.
Hello.
Welcome, madam. Welcome. How you do?
How do you do fine, ma? Everything.
I wish I can say we are okay, but we are not okay as a nation. We are not okay. There's too many things to go unaddressed. We're not okay.
Exactly.
But I want to bring you in.
Yes.
Welcome again, and feel free for add to whatever it is that you want add to this topic today.
Okay. First of all, I tell Miss Stephanie Kasara Kitchen, thank you very much for standing strongly towards this reckless behavior, intimidation, with it happening in our country. And myself, I stand as a woman for condemn the situation with it happening in our country, because the government will get today, I don't feel say it function the right way it's supposed to function. The people and they vote them in. I believe for say the people the way voted them in, they're supposed to have respect for those people. But if there is no respect for those people, there is no freedom of rights, freedom of speech, where them people they didn't get, when they vote them in, I don't feel say a government where they go on the right direction, as they say right direction. And me think to myself say that this government are full of people from the beginning. Bring all sorts of things to them, lie to them, say then a new direction. But the manner of where they go, this now serious misdirection. And the funny thing about it is, what we talk here today, it's not for today, not for tomorrow. Because it's like if you don't mess up the whole situation, the other person will go for come, it will be very hard for make it pick up. And it's like the problem will just continue and continue and continue. Okay? The police there, now they're there for safeguard life and properties. Okay, for the state. If the police they not care about the Sierra Leoneans then, wouldn't they serve? I don't think it makes sense for me to call Sierra Leone as a democratic country. It's not democratic at all. Mr. President, we didn't feel yesterday. Day before yesterday, they intimidated the Liberians. The thing we didn't fail for realize here is we are all connected. We are all connected. My mama and Liberian, my papa and Sierra Leonean. So there is no way on earth I will be very much happy for seeing me Liberian people then become so intimidated on that field like that. Then they make so excuses and they send audios then on social media say, oh, when they're going to Liberia, they intimidate them. That's a blatant lie. Because if you're not tell me say when they're going to Liberia, they left all their phones in Sierra Leone. Okay, technology don't grow nowadays. Why lie? The people that can't play and they want to intimidate them, they boot up at them. Now they curse them and they throw stone their party. That they not do. After they don't win on the back, they will turn around again for intimidate others there. Is that right? Is this what we call democracy? This is not what we call democracy. And people they need to get freedom of speech, freedom of association.
Yes.
Why taking all of that away from them? Pauper, now what you want that info happen? Why? This is not the government the people voted for. It's wrong. And in the president, we didn't appeal yesterday. If we didn't appeal yesterday, when they are all they happen, what has he done about it? Nothing, absolutely nothing. So what is this? What is this? Sierra Leoneans, what is this? We need to stand up for we democracy. Now we vote them in. If they don't do the right thing, we need to come out in numbers and protest against them. How much are them? Now they amos. Within the governance, now they amos. We boku past them. We boku past them. No common I don't made and kill. We made it international war. See for say yes. They don't kill everybody. That's alone. Somebody has to stand up. If nobody don't stand up, I don't know how it's gonna be. All them things that when they go and what is the intimidate people and this and that and another amos. And the amos anyway. Amos ammunition the way they get. For can't kill the whole nation. They cannot intimidate us. Now one thing that the way I want them for me to understand. They cannot intimidate us. We are Sierra Leoneans just as them. They cannot intimidate us. We stand up for the right. If they need to do the right decisions, then they need to take the right things, them and everything. In the Mr. President, you don't dare. You need to do anything. Then guess what? We will continue to talk against them till it puts itself together. Even though they talk against them, if they fail to itself say, we not let them. Too bad. Guess what? He can take it anyhow he wants to. I don't care. Anyhow he wants to flip them and flop them, now in business. Because Africa are only one continent. We got as Africans. If we as black, we Africans, they would affect we self. Are you kidding me? Are you for real? Who does that? Who does that? When the first we say, welcome abroad, then they call we say we are Africans then. The white people they look down upon we. Then so we say with the first we self for waiting just for a game. And I was so happy that Liberia won the game. I was happy. Because you know what? They pissed me off. Sierra Leone, they pissed me off. There was no reason of the intimidation at all. There was no reason for that. They pissed me off. So I have to turn against them. They pissed me off. Okay? So if I talk, maybe people not feel say, you know, because me as Sierra Leonean and stuff like that, are they against me fellow Sierra. Now because of their behavior, their reckless behavior, their reckless intimidation. You understand? So I don't stand up with somebody, I don't support somebody where if he say you don't get respect for insult. So definitely now respect now they give. You understand? You don't go expect me for can't deal with you now or in this kind of intimidation. No, we are the intimidate people in the country. We are the intimidate the everything, we are the arrest them unnecessarily, lock them up. Are they not Sierra Leone? Now they go and talk say how they know one for make una govern. Is it the APC or assessing no one for govern the country? When people come up for protest, they lie to the international community say now APC they just don't want to make the country stable. Are you for real? Now lie them will come up on the net. Look at that now net. What the place on dark? Now they lie them right? They never come up at it anyway. Because a lot of people when be then at their sites, when they do their propaganda, everything. Trust me, they don't see the lights. They're not stupid anymore. And Sierra Leoneans, they're not stupid. This 2018 election, it really opened people their eyes them. And give a lot of people the knowledge to understand between wrong and right. What is this? This is total nonsense. What sort of government is this? Where they take responsibility of the wrongdoings there? What do they do? They don't come out and say something. Mr. President is not saying anything. He's not saying anything. He's not talking to the people that voted him in. What is this? Who do you think he is? Who do he think he is? He's nothing. But people makes him somebody. Then now he thinks to himself that he's all that. He thinks to himself that he's all that. He's using the taxpayers' money. And enjoying himself, flying all over the freaking place. What is this? Sierra Leone, what is this? Man, I'm pissed off, man. I'm very pissed off.
Yeah, And I believe, say, I strongly agree that with you feeling, you get all right for feel the way you feel, because any one Sierra Leonean would do anything, it affect we as a whole. Mr. Ja, as he say, you dey laugh about this matter, and I will bring you on because you always can one come on, but we're not able to get chance. I will bring you on for now. You tell Sierra Leonean what's funny about this topic. This topic, na critical topic, where we for address. No, you can stay up. You can stay for a minute. I just be one. I see some comments them. So Mr. Ja, if you will, I bring you on, and Pasheke as well. Now for stay put, I go and bring you on tonight. Bring you on thought on this topic. Yeah, go ahead, madam. So what I want to say, if even let's say for argument's sake, right, as Sierra Leonean say, when they go to Liberia, they mistreat them or they intimidate them. But when you are the bigger person, you want to leave an impression, when a positive impression. So if even let's just say which are not there for defend them, or are not there for say if it's true or not. At the same time, we as Sierra Leonean, we don't always be accommodating with Liberians them. When they get to one, we are the first people that we open, we border to them. We bring them to stadium, you understand? At the end of the day, we all in at this West Africa, we all are Africans. This is why we not for agree to disagree in a peaceful manner. It's just a game, but for now we go to that point where they inflict pain, how we fellow African, I believe say, it's rather unfortunate. Yeah, you're right, Mr. Ja. I not ever bring you on at that time because time not been permitted we. But rest assured, say immediately after this FA done, I will bring you on, sir. For now, we'll you on side of the story. Yeah. Thank you for your time and welcome. Yeah. So like I've been say, if even they say when you know better, you do better, and you always want to be a better person. If even Liberia, we don't treat them bad when they go there. We for always members say want a good impression, a good name of being Sierra Leonean. So that's not an excuse for now we go to that extent for hurt them or for not forgetting that warm hospitality known for as Sierra Leonean, you know. So come in again.
When the hospitality we Sierra Leoneans they get before, life don't change. You know there anymore. We not get to react for we self. So what do make you think so forget to react for the next person? What do make you think so?
So
you know they work. Because if we say we win at the Sierra Leoneans, they will intimidate we self to we self just because we feel so we say that we didn't have power. What do you feel for others from above?
Conti Abubakar, I not believe say what's in the address na politics. It address the obvious fact of waiting happen at stadium. This has nothing to do with politics, but it has everything to do with reality. And we must address reality as we see them. Go ahead, madam. Sorry for interrupt you.
No, it's okay. This is not the problem. This one person talk true, then they flip and just like how you talk and they flip and flop and any kind of way. So it's like the truth not need for be said anymore. And guess what? We are on social media, we are on WhatsApp. Nobody is gonna stop us. Not only Salon. Now in SLPP power for misdirection. That's what they call them. You understand? Because then they're going in the right directions and we'll call them misdirection. You understand? Now the only place down there where they go stop anybody and do them anything what they feel for do. But when it comes in terms of social media, now for tipping day and tapping day, you understand? Now they get no way. For talk anything what you not feel for talk, nothing talk what you not feel for talk. Because talk not free. Social media is for everybody. But guess what? No sanction on social media that would stop us from not saying the truth about the happenings in our country. And we stand up for that. If NABIE they do the right thing, there is no reason of we talking down on him like this. Any sensible person will tell you, say, no, you know, look, what he said for whatsoever it is. But because the man is not doing the right thing, when he's out of the country, they act like say, you don't know what's happening at Salon. Now he's in the country. He's still acting like if he knows nothing.
Okay, now she says she's both Liberian. I think that's one say Liberian and Salon, Sierra Leone, I assume too. When that happened in Liberia, does she address that to Liberians? No.
Make her answer.
So, yes, go ahead, madam.
Listen to this. That person will write that thing. When that happened in Liberia, did I say anything? Do you understand? Did I respond to that? what happened in Liberia? What did happen in Liberia? What did happen there? Where are the videos? Where are the pictures? Where are the evidence? Because you need to get an evidence for prove the case. The Liberians has evidence, 100% evidence, videos and everything that's on social media. What are the evidence of Sierra Leone? What are the evidence that Sierra Leoneans have?
Regardless of that, we not go. We still not go. We not go condone any form of violence. Yeah, if even it happened,
they condone any form of violence. My point here is
not so you are the talk. No, they talk to the writer. Say if even if Liberian we don't do bad, we not for condone. Say if we don't say we be the bigger person and give a better picture of who Sierra Leoneans are, because one Sierra Leonean is representation of all Sierra Leonean, period. When you go do wrong today, they go say na no person don't do it. Not so they're not gonna say na just FA. You get me, eh? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And you know the funny thing, it's a disgrace. It's a big disgrace because it's like the whole world, then they see what did they happen at Salon, right? They are blindfolded. But guess what now? The folder has come out. It don't come on a door because guess what? Liberian people and go there for go play. Just a soccer. And then now they're going to intimidate the people. And they feel to themselves that the intimidation will have stopped them from winning, from scoring the goals. I'm sorry. Because not to everybody they take intimidation. Yeah. Not to everybody, you can only take intimidation when you feel to you say it's okay for make you take out. You get the ability for say, you know what, team? This intimidation, if I go inside me and come up on me. No, ma'am, no, sir. Okay? The Liberian people, they stand up and say, you know what? We're going to do what we're supposed to do. And that's what they did. I give them a congratulation. I congratulate them.
Yeah.
Whether somebody likes it or not, I congratulate them. Because the intimidation, what they give them, they make sure say, they prove them wrong for saying we are better players than you guys. We are better players. What are the evidence when they prove? There is nothing, absolutely. So what are you talking about? I am not going to talk about something that I did not see. Why would I in Liberia when something happened in Liberia? Why would I not send the video? Then just like where the Liberians they be in a salon, they be the same video than a social media for sure. The intimidation that they go through, they see. Not what's in a just video. You they see how they throw stone for them. You they see how they put for them. You see how they use and them for cost them. You they see how things that they happen. Why Sierra Leoneans they not do that? They will not expect we. You expect me for Popona, it's not possible. When I be brothers them, if you don't know for you read the truth, too bad. Too bad. But I'm not going to condone any picking when they do wrong and feel so insist say it's okay for make you do it. Yes, now they're in governance. When I get all the power for do what you want to feel for do. But guess what? Sierra Leoneans are not fools anymore. They're not fools anymore. I remember during the election, where policemen have gone and mother be on oath. I totally condemn that. You understand? I don't know why it happened or whatsoever it is, but with me on thoughts, the way how they talk them, the way how waiting self with you on side how you talk them, I feel bad for them. I say why APC and expect Oroma for do that. You understand? I don't know what to be happy, but I was against the APC about it. You understand?
Yeah.
Even the sacking of Tamsumana, I was against it. During the election, I was thinking that it was kind of okay because of all the rubbish that they don't put on social media against the APC.
Yeah.
If you're gonna Google the kind of write up, they be write up against the APC when they begin a power. The kind where they employ the APC, it was smart.
Yeah.
So we kind of okay lost and everything. I mean, in get time, I didn't have a problem because somebody must win or somebody must get it. Whatever, however it get time, now in the rule. You understand?
Yes.
So, but if they do the right thing and they expect me, maybe they condemn things them. So me say, with me on conscience, and they condemn things them. Then they expect me for make I not can condemn the behavior, the reckless behavior, the junta behavior of this government. They are lying. They are just kidding. They are kidding. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. Now that's not what me want to tell them.
Yeah, thank you so much, madam. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Yeah. So Santiago, bring you back in. Now bring this gentleman in. Mr. Ja. Then I will bring you back
Okay.
and Ms. Casada back here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Jana, for sending requests. Okay, okay, Honorable, they come in, I think. Welcome, Honorable. Good morning and good afternoon, sir.
Finally, I'm caught.
Finally, don't find a device, eh?
You can't believe, let me tell you this. I went to a cafe, for the other guys using the cafe, I could not speak. You know, I get for campaign, another person will lend me a phone, because I sent you into the last sense, now bolo phone again, Mongolo, Mambolo phone, whatever. Now I have a better phone, so let's rock. I'm here.
Wonderful. So once again,
excited.
I want to say good morning to you and good afternoon at you, and welcome to the Critical Thinking Talk Show, sir.
Thank you so very much.
I want to take the opportunity for say sincere thank you and appreciation for where you honor the invitation. I also want to make sure you take this opportunity kindly introduce yourself to the world.
Yes, me na Honorable Rabbi Sirajin Rollongs-Kamara. Me na one of the expelled MPs where people and give a mandate for Kelgona Parliament. One man we call himself commander will remove we in a parliament. One man decision. So me na one of them. And I've been a civil society activist, a religious activist, now a politician, and I'm still a politician, even in putting in a parliament. And I know say just a matter of time we'll go back, you know. So I'm here for maybe share my experience and whatever with people with the watch your program.
Welcome once again, and thank you. Honor, we'll get so much for discuss today, but at this juncture, I want that we go back to election of 2018. Waiting to be your experience of that presidential election of 2018. Now we start with that first.
Okay, to start with that, of course, we know the end product of the effect. You have what called cause effect. The causes of that election, affect we follow them put in a parliament. We know the voting method of Sierra Leoneans or even Africa cut across. You will never have, never get a hung parliament as we have it today. For we get a party win the executive and the presidency, then they lost parliament. It has never been unprecedented. But let me tell you first, after the results, we invalidate today, not able to call. You just they give you percentage, them, you know, I mean, people talk, say, let's go call back this result yesterday for football, let annul them because we know say, you know, we do the right thing. You know, this is so serious. For the first time in this of a country, then they collect, we vote them, and by percentage. But like I can tell you, who said the Rikishi take place, we registered manually, we voted manually, we counted manually, but now they say they input to a computer for giving final results. And in the process, now they say computer now waiting now BIOS, BIOS, basic input and output system. Now waiting inputs, now you they get. So imagine next people decide for put some result. Now waiting and put, now they come back. But even with that, they never work out the mathematics to a point that that's why they give percentage, you know. And they rob a lot of people and deprive them. So what happened was that, let me tell you in a Western area, me born alone, sir, but I stand in a New England, constituency 127, New England was that in Sumaila town. And of course, it is a 20-30% SLPP and 70-80% APC. But we win the election. The man will contest with me. He said, "Lord, go for a recount." We recounted. Even one of them is talking avoid vote. They added to me again plus 15. I beat the man over 5,000 votes. Then you go complain to there were election violence. Next certify me and like the other 9 others, we get certificate for say nothing happened. And for me, I never work for government 20 in my life. So like when they think say me not to sim, no me not get to sim. I don't work, I don't come school in England, America, but I want to get citizenship elsewhere. And also I never worked for government. That was my first time for government. So nothing like that. So I get for go to see election violence. But let me tell you the general flow of the election at Western here. I can tell you, even Akisorin at the mayor, pull more votes past Kamara. because even people and at the other party, and because a woman, then believe in her and they like him, they voted more. Even the people at the other divide, which was good. We all did. Samuel Kamara pull more votes past with the MP them. You know, most side when they see the MP them call this Samuel Kamara, they get more votes. So now if you take and say, if we when at the MP Samuel get more votes past we the MP them get 19 seats in parliament, more than the SFP, and take the least minimum, the threshold of a constituency when at 10,000, it goes without saying, say Samuel may have beaten Madabio not less than 100,000 votes. The another one, so they will not score the results one-on-one, they have to do it by percentage. Okay, they agree, say, okay, for peace, until say peace now, Kalmbati party, this time I will say, maybe for peace, let's move on, you know, power na God give. But again, if we don't decide for do that, and this is where me, people I'm going to say, I've been very critical of President Nkrumah, and in some cases, like Mr. John Stock, the rumor about Sam Sumana, the more time or third time, I came out openly and opposed that. Now, my own party, I critical. But say what to me, President Nkrumah, you cannot take this from him. Now, one person will continue from TEJAN Kaba for say, let unity prevail. So what he did, he started even some of we, when at APC, they left we, then give people from the Southeast, they give them jobs. And we have been listening, and have been a good thing. And I make get people who have been falling, other people that come and enjoy the fruits of labor. But that is what we want to see. But if me and Madabio look at this, say, Ben say he no win this election, and I make them make a move for him, I would have expected him for say, let it to the line of waiting Usai and Eskoma left, for say, let me look at key people in the Northwest district them, and sometimes make them comfortable so that I go wait till them call. At the end of the day, but instead, they begin to bed and they looking ground like them put a real go for say anybody get Bangura, Kamara, and Sise, they made them look for them and export them from the system. So when our own case come, they wanted to be leadership. And I must say, Abakuni is a fine guy. He's doing well. You know, he gets his own challenges, but I think nobody will despise him for being speaker. He's good. But the manner in which they go about for being Abbas Mundu, you see, I not fine. Because we have a hung parliament, it goes without saying, that would have been the best term we salute for make. Because the executive arm not get the majority in the parliament. So they need for the lobby to the opposition so that together we make a decision and make things go before. But they did not say then a power, they will do it by power by force. So what they did was Baran, who was a member of parliament, bring police headed by LUC Lahai, come get we in a parliament pull we unprecedented as well, as I said. You know, in fact, I don't just say SPP the number one thing that the unprecedented enjoy the boku. We had guys out of them. Then put then tell me them raise a petition, say election violence, constitutional matters, blah blah, you know. So ECOWAS come, they say okay, made them lift the don't forget the words of them put per way for suspending for go to parliament. The word don't forget, no matter. But we are stopped from going to parliament. Why the petition they go? Where ECOWAS come, then just say make we go back to parliament. But this petition continues. So when I begin to say some of us are very critical, me a liberal person. When I say people do good, they brought the free education. In as much as you know get the body, fertilize, get the beef. Now just bone. We say, okay, we'll let beef and we'll not give them some steak, Me now one person even stood at parliament and spoke to the motion, that motion, say, I call it, I don't know, sustainable, I give an acronym. To that extent that for say, this is what we want to see, because President Nkrumah came with free healthcare, it succeeded. If not come with free education, we get for Sile succeed. Because not to SFP people anymore, they go na school. So at the end of this, sometimes the next leader will come up with another agenda we want to embrace. So we supported that. But when they go and we start into no good, we oppose that. Look at in case of this rape, and even the appointments of people into the Human Rights Commission, I oppose that because there were certain things that way they abrogate, so they go against. So when I begin to say some of we like me, Honorable Usman Timbo, not so people we know because we the research, knowledgeable, and I say that I know what happened. Not so people okay, but I mean definitely like what you man say before not stopping for be proud. I will not sell my bad guys. I not mind add up. Now I make even way President Nkrumah in power for 10, 11 years. I don't get job, I don't get nothing, but still surviving because this is what I believe. So and then decided to make them pull we. Imagine. The same, I'll just wrap up here if you ask me the next question. You know, the court, the same matter, about 6, 7 of us, they say now violence. Cherry Coco, violence. Honorable David, violence. Keru, violence. Sirajin, violence. Sila, violence. Anuri again, violence. The same judge, he say, Honorable Cherry Coco, violence, leg it in his seat. Honorable Davis, violence, made them get a rerun. Sirajin, Keru, Sila, now violence, they lost their seat. Then what he ordered was that he said the election, then rule them null and void. Eh? When we know Sabi English, when they say null and void, means say there is no force, there is no second, everything, you know, wololo, as that body talk, everything wololo. That means say, but you go pull me, we beat the man over 5,000 votes, then you go get second man. So you suck the mandates of the people. And I make in England, I try for speak to as many organizations as possible for telling say it's not about us going back to parliament. Look at them pulling at parliament now 4 months so now. Would they leave? I manage Ghana and people don't know. I not beg anybody, but I manage. So even without policy, we can still live. But I think we owe it to the next generation for say, no one man will just grab tomorrow, he just decides say and make laws. Like my sister talk, this year has always been messy. And defeat the sponsor them. They mess up in South Sudan case, not true. And they continue for mess up. We want to say no, this thing get for stop. Some of us will not mind if we not go back, we not go into politics, whatever. My activism as a human rights activist, I like them, and I want to go back to that. But to get for sure saying no more in history that didn't for happen. So I'm here speaking to Westminster, DFID, and BBC possible, so that made them talk saying, made them quite them. And why? Because I spoke to one liberal Democrat man at Liverpool. He tell me that can we go to the anti-slave trade and museum. The first way they see this, I don't forget the right quote, but to talk about say how Africans were enslaved, how the Liverpool people were part of the process, and that they like some kind of like say a repentance and never again. Then I asked him, I said, why we keep on having this slave which them call they talk about them will not get reparation. Why Africans not ever be get reparation for slave trade? But vividly I can tell when the Germans embargoed the Israeli through the Holocaust of 6 million Jews were gassed, they paid them in the late 40s $800 million. Now Israel used for developing country. For us, I can tell you, say history tell me say over 20 million Africans were traded, you know, across, and about 4 million you go to Gore Island, na Senegal, and go tell you say about 4 million Africans died at that place. Who not get reparation? Now the man tell me say, well, they could not come out and say na reparation, but indirectly, because of most of them slave trade come in here, so they don't turn to Lloyd Bank, they don't talk to Barclays Bank, Liverpool FC. So they are giving money. Now in DFID they use for Spain Africa, and I can tell you, DFID is sponsoring our National Elections Commission. Then they sponsor with judiciary and the Salon Police. But these are 3 institutions where I can tell you say don't wreck that nation and will continue for recap. It's not just about now, but even before now, you know, because they are never independent. It's very sad. So me now they tell and say, if not when slavery all these years, will people and suffer will not get any benefit. Now when I say in a covert reparation form, una de pay reparation to Africa, then why is it that now when they allow the institution una the support for continue for slavery now in present day? Try they now they can't take we. Now they go sell we. Now we they sell we self to them. When they give money and we do the wrong thing. And so I'm here to speak on those and for me they know, make people know say this is what is obtainable in Salon and it's not favorable for good governance.
Thank you, sir. So 2 things where I want we further elaborate on where you mentioned where stimulates my mind. One of which is that you make it clear say the former president, His Excellency Dr. Ines Baikroma, work hard for make in cabinet be an inclusive cabinet. Am I correct?
You're right. Right. Mm-hmm.
I want you to speak a little bit more on that one.
Yes. Well, to say an inclusive government means saying not just on tribal. I mean, not left for play the tribal card. Let me say
Correct.
this, and there is a piece where they go on where mom of content being go self na falaba or kabbalah where go campaign begin talk. I mean, I want post you first condemn. I mean, party possible I condemn it. I not believe in tribal card. and are not really good. If the three people in the command are the same, and one belly born picking them, they're able to serve the country and deliver well. Let them serve. Now, we say when they serve, we nepotism, they can do afraid. But what do they say about inclusive government? Because now the north, you get the resident minister, na Bombali man, northwest, na Poloko person, that woman. You could talk say, well, people are involved there, but these are people who belong to the party, right? But what do they say about inclusive government? When after election, we should stop there, say winner takes it all. Begin look say, okay, in as far as we don't win this, let us begin the harvest of side, engage some key people and bring them coming so that the national cake will be shared. And before I continue, I see somebody contact Abubakar post say, what this man need now? Come straight. Are you sure that you don't involve in corruption? But let me the corruption. I told you, say, I never work for government. I mean, a church work, I be NEPA, then I come to civil society work. If you get evidence that involved in corruption, bring it up. So my case now court not get anything for do. I never work, so I was not paid from the consolidated fund. So understand issues. Do not just comment, right? Okay, Abubakar. This is my position. If you feel similar to so, go inquire back. They will tell you that. So this is what President Nkrumah did. He went. He developed some places that like Pujang, they never get water. Then we get pipe-borne water. The country developed definitely. What we're saying, and President Nkrumah might be a good person. We also get in downside. That's true. But waiting in try for do President TEJAN Kaba talk something, say, he said, better than we are going to push back, make them continue for sing no more. So he said, no, yes, he held them. So President Nkrumah can build on that. He begin harvest, the other.
Okay, seems like he gets an interruption. So we'll bring him back in. And I thank you for the patience. I will take her out and bring him back in. Honorable, when you come back in, you're welcome for send me a request. So I will bring you right back in. And I thank you. And I'll welcome. Will you patiently wait for Honorable even get some interruption? And we'll bring her in back shortly. Mr. Jai, in the meantime, I don't know if you're available, now bring you as per your request. Okay, you not get any feature where they allow me for bringing you in. So if you do still want to come in, kindly send me a request, sir. Then I'll say I'll not bring you back again this time more.
Something kindled in the inside a kaleidoscope. I get those goosebumps every time.
Hello, Mr. Kurumbo, welcome. Absolutely, Mr. Bakar. We all in a melting pot. And I make we not for be mean to receive. Yes, Honorable. Welcome back, sir. Welcome. Welcome,
Yes,
Honorable.
ma'am. Thank you very
Get
much.
some
Yes.
interruption. Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Now
okay.
the phone go off. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Understandable. All right, sir. Go ahead.
Yes. So
I don't
as I
say even
say,
try for. Yeah.
yeah, it was good that President Nkrumah follow on waiting President Jankaba left for bringing people in from the other districts and region them and serve the government of an inclusive government. Because when somebody not been in a party, you know, campaign for you, then after election, he can't give you position. They then Tamba Bobo, JB Dauda, Robin Fale, to name a whole lot of them. I think say that was very good. And that we expect President Bio, you know, for let you do. You know, he's not compelled to do that. But for common sense and just a matter of conscience and good governance, we expect say he go on for do that kind of thing. But I think that that's where we are. So that's if I talk about say President Nkrumah being come about with a government of inclusive governance, now because he bring in people from all walks of divide and set up a government.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you. I wonder we touch base on the law enforcement then, but we will go to that. Before that, follow that very election of 2018, the presidential election. There was so much post-election violence. Waiting now you take on that. As we get countless complaints then from various social media platform them. In the case of Sata Lamin, where been gets the rape case. So I want you come in that and what's in your knowledge about this post-election violence or your take on it?
And before I come into politics, I was the first national coordinator for Democracy Salon. We're in a coalition of 64 civil society under the National Democratic Institute. And in the lead up to 2007, it was formed in 2005, and helped we conduct the election free and fair and free of election and violence. By then we get 112 constituencies. I personally worked in 96 constituencies then. But waiting our real message, now conflict mitigation. Then 2007, the last day of the campaign, all the major parties, them, APC, SLPP, and PMDC, they would all rally the same day. Either the leader or the representative, they will stand in front with police head, then they move about. Me now, possibly from birth, even my own nature self, I detest violence. And so it was never good for us, and it will never be good for country. But wait till we see happen, it's really not good for we, because politics is not a matter of life and death, as some people take them. If you are green, if you not to green, you're not red. If you're not red, not green. It's very bad. And like some people say it's either black or white. But in faith for your life, say black and white meet some side. We're not gray, and they forget for that thing. I had a green car for meet up the campaign 2018, and I'm wearing cabin they use them. Now I go to party office. That's what I say. Pull this car now. They pull the symbol now you and now say okay, pull on me and go give me other car, give me the red car. You could not. But that tell you how we not so divide that anytime they see you around green people and become suspicious of you, then can tell it. And I can tell you when they perpetuate this violence, now the same people we know they benefit. Let's face it. Now we ask. Mother being picking when I say an athlete, and Escoman picking say an athlete, the minister and picking say an athlete. No, they see them. Now, because some of you know forget something good going, we not learn better book or we just feel say, now go make you scratch, may remember me. Look like this Arata guy. If you put Arata, you put something, look, I've been a send message to the public. If they not say this, if they put it before and say, if they turn and say, go feel say na Arata then draw. You know, it could not, because they failed to go to school and they just feel say politics na shortcut for make them get gentry. Let me tell you this, even I say me a state shooter, no care person take. When APC within a power, I spoke to the task force. I say, oh man, una go meet the minister here, so let them give una jobs. Let them give una job. If una don't come and work na office 4 5 o'clock, una can a party office, una can do una task force job as you call it. I say, but if APC come on apart tomorrow, what will you guys do? And the picture we don't get so. So now then I will begin to say, they begin to run after the MP them or the one that they get small thing. But no, they protect you bouncer. You see, that's another thing the government for try for do say for eliminate those called bouncer, those clicks, you know. Say what you may and Palo try in that area there. You move a lot of them at it, you know, and some of them going to Okada riding, you know. But the whole thing is that because people and some of them land book, then go school, but half they're not done. So what's it happen? Because they could not go to university, then drop out. This is all I think about us, even the education system. Then for try forget something, either you know land book or you get a degree. No, we forget the mid-level. We are in people and go say, okay, me I learn trade. I go na trade center, wait till them call, they learn, wait till them call. So, but because people they don't learn a book, they don't learn trade. So what you expect? Now say brain missing, the brawl they take place. So now make it they see them catch them. Most of them people are so now they can go. So and our brothers them give they raise you tempo, you know, a small tapping. Some of them most times are not even sent. But again, it's bottled down. The boss stops at the leadership. Anywhere. It boils down to the leader for talk say, this is not something we not for encourage. But for to say, now this APC we do trade, me na make I say anything SAP do now, I the whole am responsible. And I give President Bio 1 year. I not criticize them 1 day. I say like give them time because possibly kind of office somewhere begin talk say this time even the APC man them the vex time. I say no, it's too quick for me we condemn the man who assess them. I say even when we go to school, then they give some months before you take first exams. I say so let's give the man time. But now I don't get 1 year for almost 5 months or 4 months. At least if we're able to give you sustainable something and the bread and butter will be campaign on in Misa. So now I think I get the platform, I get the moral right for Tinap on any platform for critique. Because I say critique, I only criticize because when I critique, I already defend answer. And people don't even understand, say, waiting at the point of bread and butter. It's so disheartening for a Minister of Finance, JJ, they talk on radio, people are waiting and call. When they call bread and butter, what do they mean? Points of bread and butter. That is say, then they pay somebody again for salary, they go down pull your rent, they go down pull waiting, they take care of the medical or what have you for picking them. Then it gets money way left, we not get for bake for bread. That mathematics they need for the work where they don't know. Oh, quickly they sell this and that, the dollar they go up. Of course, the dollar go up. It's natural. It's not no, you know, need rocket science for interpret that. If you know they sell, you know get what you go buy. If we cannot sell things out, how money will go the value? So that's also a shame. And couple of say the one who able make we sell something when they're there iron ore mining, they don't terminate the agreement. So then they just don't reverse it again. And me not go talk say becoming an APC, and not go talk to way will help for let the country develop. So come back to this violence waiting and call. Now because of unemployment, joblessness, food not there, host not there, and even I tell one minister of lands, I tell them, I say no why people they go and build under them bridge here. I say because we government will build us. Look at here in England. Past say not getting money, but anywhere else they anytime for rent. We don't have house. Government said they rent offices, which was a shame. I say imagine somebody they work 2 million per month. They go look for host and tell and say the host na 10 million. So more or less you get for go take loan for make them just cut a nice salary for the next 2 years. They think say by the other money they done. They get money for pay the new rent. So when it takes that money, say get 20 minutes, me better go rent house, land that pan body idea. Even as a way, not for bill. But now because of the circumstance. So the answer would have been decentralization. So ministry for common African, they don't get business for the African. So the Ministry of Local Government, Agriculture, all that thing, but then they apply. So that the population will reduce. Freetown was made for 300,000 people, so they will get close to 2 million or more, which is not good. So it gets a lot of guys who will be in the farm. Mr. Papa will be there from time they go, they can go on a farm. But Mr. Freetown, yeah, helping for me. But definitely, if Freetown not been good for me, I would have gone back and take some pattern. But people cannot farm, they can't have Freetown, not get job. Go somebody hold a rat poison, they walk up and down the street mountain control day, even get chop money. Those are all things we need for address. So now then they come, where you say Kuska is small, they say, oh, then take advantage of the situation. Let one $1 book when I minister there. Made them step take say this thing, enough is enough. It's a collective responsibility. I know they blame SLPP on that alone. It has been there times for a very long time. So everybody bear that and blame them. You see, so but we definitely have to take a robust action for say this thing must end. And when somebody say if you go with your call, like the minister, them politician, where they say their school league, then choose somebody, that means I call the police. That means system picking no diabo abeg. I hope to do una just one and let una pull up. That bono say anytime we commit havoc, you get ready to call for me and pull up. If they continue for it go to at an accelerated degree. So that's why we find ourselves, So what we see so an gradation of all the little things that have been not happening over time, Now they see so, but we still forget away because there's only one salo get and must find a solution to it.
So from what you the easiest way for Sam, the layman term is idleness, 9-day result to all this violence from or the post-election violence. Is that's what I'm getting?
It's a factor. It's not just the factor. It's a factor. It's part of the problem. Yes.
Okay. So what
because if you say idleness, not to say this cliche about the body. Some man say it big for you because they are for big you body. And we also get this religious cliche, we don't ambogui, have for do na so God say. You know, nobody ever get a point where you go for good say na so God say. Israel in a country when they make so, is then a desert, 57% of the land na Sansana desert. And I did go say the land flowing with milk and honey. But we said is a see honey day until they started working on the land. When even Jesus say, give us today our daily bread, the amen meaning that we get for go work for the bread, not to for consider, you know. So it can be said yes, some slackness on we young man them because they want for French trust, as I said, we no land book, you know, land trade, you know, get so no officer will take you. You know, you cannot even land driving for sale and drive for somebody. You cannot even do medicine for sale. They go cause job behind that. You know, so at the end of the day, you will not get job. So that laziness is the result to. You know, you can't feel big back say because they free time. They say now we didn't have free time. For me, they don't see a free time come on, be not there all along. You get for put you waste, it's because it's done. For me, they don't say then we see motoka. You know, if for bluff and for pass, we can go no say na do it. That's not one component. The other component too. The enabling environment has not been created, you know, because imagine politicians like when we then vote for we abandon the people them for 4 years, 6 months. We only suffer 6 months to election, can begin them rest and waiting and call, you know, then jump out that drugs them for smoke, for go fed people them because we just feel say now that's it. No, we don't want euphoria, we want an impact. Let people, Ministry of Youth, Ministry of Sports, Tourism. We have a potential in Ministry of Tourism for absorb most of them people for man who beaches them. Like 2016, I think, yes. For 2 years, Sierra Leone raised $56 million from tourism. Where Salon in beach is over 27 mile stretch. They will big pass Jamaica. Jamaica in 6 months, 1.3 billion. So why would not be able to harness with tourism and absorb them guys so? Because nobody for can tell you say for some man and service swim and we can become like lifesaver then at the beach or for clean the beach like that seaweed they come so every moment they can clean them, then get something they get, we able to engage them. Sometimes we come back say, why do we have to import rice? Where would they subsidize the rice over $120 million every year? That money is enough for me to set up community farms all over. Then you get police or army because now we will not get war. You know, instead of you see police soldiers, they take and bribe na teeth, so then drive and they extort them, we don't kind of board and seize them. Take some of them, make them go supervise, then family also, get people young man them, then we say, now we go get a south they buy, they do sell police marketing board on that, they don't call out their name, but the same purpose for buy products them at a good rates, instead of they begin take and smuggle and to Guinea or Liberia. So that we grow our own food, we eat them. That's how we were. We started in the 70s, early 80s, with the export rice. But now 100%. And that white rice is not also good for we. Not go with rice, but the enabling environment, I do go waste 120 million for GCTC for rice subsidy. That money there with the army, you don't do for make rate or prison. You go to prison and they keep them. They feed them back. When they come on, they don't say they can't cause havoc because when they do, they don't feed themselves. When they go prison, then they feed them. But when pull them in and go work on the farms, my Fanta farm was there. We get Tomabom and Rokupo. Those places are all there. Even if they come up from between Osai and McKinney, there's a huge land, Boli land. They can produce for yes, you know, all their products and return, you know. So me, I think say the willingness should come from the government. You know, government should say now. In fact, we're not going to rent office again. Look at that building na SLBC where they so. Wait to move and grab in below be Minister of Information and Broadcasting they call them by then. Now they jala be there for almost year than the day college. Why would not go finish that building there and get officer for the day? You know, even Minister of Information go there, right to access information go there. You know, instead of they go rent big money to other private people. All that na corruption, you know. So like we definitely need to cut off those leakages, but we are yet to see that, you know. It has always been an academic exercise. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So I wonder go back again to the Sata Lamin alleged rape case. Simultaneously, I want also know we connect similarity of the continued violence as some will refer to in the example of the recent Shaka Stevens Stadium saga having to do with the two female reporter being manhandled by our very own law enforcement personnel.
Okay, yeah. Let me kick off there. Me na one person, me na proponent of gender parity. I always advocate for women's rights and what have you. I dey feel for them. Now, when we been in a parliament and begin talk about the state of emergency for rape, I say, go help, because Allah will not make the law. No, make them. What I was going to say in parliament was that if you're a councillor, you're a community person, we get the sabi, you're a member of parliament, minister, then catch you kind of police na FSU for say, hey, I want to come back for this matter, make them go settle them. No. Believe me, I say, make them make we from don't delegate legislate. Anybody do so, if we members of parliament, make them impeach you or something like that, or whatever punitive measure. I tell you, before I come to this lady in case we have this say we all don't know, but the summary of that itself now for just say it was really not to way should be making to say unspeakable things. Let me tell you, Abis Namina CTA chairman na FSSG, but long before that, maybe because me daughter no be non go there itself. When me party get restaurant almost opposite day, we can keep company if intended. But I just see any event them, much they come back. Take them pick here, give them right. Who say they go? We don't know. Okay. But it reach a point. I saw with my camp back there, I stone them. I tell me what I say, this like commoner, But later I can't get a case. My office be naked campus. One woman can cry say, here he say my office na solution center. So he say one Lebanese have cast. Don't take him picking, you don't keep her na 3 days soon. I know able to see him. You know able to talk to himself. So he give me the number, we call the guy. And I say, okay, after 5 days, and I say, Lord, meet up and along the roundabout, blah, blah, show up. After 7 days, no, say, not talk to me again. You don't go, you don't take the picking, don't can go Kenema. But as God will have it, will not give up. The other morning we call, now one lady pick the call, say, hey, this man left his phone for charge. Now I say, hey, other man they go left his phone for charge. I say, tell her, say, I get 18 million, I must call me. Now the lady say, no, we're not left him for charger. And then now we hotel, I no get money for pay. Now I make he left his phone as guarantee. Now say outside they show me the hotel. One of me man sabi they na Kenema. Early morning I go there. He go pull this speaking. When go pull him, bring the man come follow up. Thank God for Montfresi say. Now be Jordan Matade. He sent a 1 month force without any hearing. But what she do to this speaking? Then it take away. Then they can't get them lift for so school over. Like you lift. Like buy ice cream for you. In the process, if they get cooking where they put at the ice cream. Before they reach they said that picking down with you don't finish it. What she did in Kenema, when they take them pick here, where money left them, they call other Lebanese of caste people for come use this picking them pay money. So that they be actually bad, yes. So when we champion them, we can't go na central, FSU central, then go local. We not accommodate itself. Thank God for Moje Kakai and Attila, we are minister and deputy. Attila go na FSSG for try for go get the table, say, may they not go explode it in a school, let go talk to the principal, let not go na class. So that's like Moje, me and Moje, then a police. Before they come on a police, they will see the stupid Lebanese, then they doing Carlsberg. Wolvex, now Moje call Munu. Before police will be there, they then sack them that day, which was very good. And that man, when they say Monkey, they left him black, and I think go down to somebody swear. I think 2 months later, I say for on about two, he died. I know the glad you person there, but maybe those evil people for common our community. And so like then kind of so we don't live in a parochial society for long that would suppress human. And I can tell you, if women really take leadership, we see a lots of things for bettering our country. And that drive me come to them to journalists. So I don't sabi Frances Samura for a very long time. Even that picking Samura, she won an award, the last award they make. These are very, very diligent and waiting and call. I used somebody to go talk, say, Frances Bernard APC. Imagine, you don't even know that person, But let's talk succeed at APC. That stadium has been built since 1979. Who saw the comment people then I don't run Sabia. That's what we are doing. Imagine woman, they kind of for wanting to do a man's job. We should be proud of them. They need from nowhere, because we come back to the point, say, the so-called security, where they call close protection, they are not schooled enough for no, me, I remember I did Minnesota, you know, Uda go there, Bush go there. One of in close protection, Bush not even knows himself. He begin to rub the mind in Malay, they tell, and thank you very much, you know, for hosting me. You know, listen, one of the security self. But now, Salon, they see all man, they can say, hey, now me there with president, you know, now we can call them begin papi show, you know. And I know one for blame the president in this, so only that I would also want him to take action. Most of the action most of they do now out of excesses for wanting for papi show say will the president. But what is wrong if somebody say go to president? All what you need for do block him, let no go there. Waiting a bit, so I forgo beat and beat a woman for that matter. They military or soldier police person. It is wrong. You know, I'm happy that I don't see notice say Mr. Rado Soare when other post we are believing a sober person, the minister don't say made investigate. But the writing is on the wall, you know. I only wish that it will not be like a white elephant, a veinless something. Because Francis Banner don't do a voice note, you know, saying I don't explain how things happen. You know, there's no two ways about that, you know, even so they say pass them go court before you go find somebody guilty, you know. This one is so clear. Frances na post, you know, they lie. Frances is not just a journalist, she's also into sport development to young people. I remember you go see one bobo when a grave digger, that but a very good talent. He can begin promote our body on television. Say, Mr. Kamit, I go there, we go meet your boy, we pull on at the cemetery today, we get money for Bible so we can go back to life. So then can woman here, so not so then can fake woman where the justice say they pass their man for say, but agreement. No. Then two people have to each way for them, very, very proud of themselves. But one are the same, a married woman. And the man too waiting them call. You know, but imagine if me they think say somebody go look me well, you know, they feed them, waiting call, you go beat them because of waiting. If your man be not gonna stay there for no say, none of the comments all the time. Then if I told the if you're the make noise, stadium and noise day, why not for make noise to the president? If you want noise, let's don't like us. But the president will go to and say no, because they score, the president will go glad, you go Allah, we all go to snap and rejoice. Then why they go begin beat people? It's just not good. And I think say until we put up stringent measure for say, well, yeah, like that's on our Western way say, when look somebody self, judge the look at them, they report you, you know. Now they can say they talk, let's say they go put on post in the, you know, military posting, you get gone, you know, what's kind of fair they go put on post for go beat and post you're not responsible for. That's stupid behavior, Dandy. And I think so then for condemn to the highest. And not only for condemn, but it's also serve as a let them pass out a punitive measure, let's serve as a deterrent. Anybody who rape, you know, whether na granny go rape or rape na rape, you know, no matter what. Hey, but excuse me, Kadi, and with all due respect, I know if you say like Friday where would defend difficult for get girlfriend the yan, the shame self, the rest left side, the yeah, the eye. Today, you know the young woman. Now watch you now the watch you say, go if you want me, I want you. We now get a mutual understanding. Why do you have to go and rape somebody where sometimes he helpless everything and call me believe that we have been away, like as I tell about that Lebanese guy. If we now be in case I no go ahead na Kenema, which will be no plan. We don't say we defend cow rope or twine. We hang outside foot them, go hang on a Badin bridge, let swing the all day net, you know. They will plan in the morning and find out they run for Kilamo. Let's just polish them. Also, they defend sometimes armor, whapping balls, you know, or in dick. They not function again. But let people stop, you know, and they begin to when they go put on a padem about 3 months old, they say they don't go bill and not pull up. It's bad. We have to stop those things. Same thing about forbidden female people, journalists also. You want to see if matter be in government really serious and things like this, now young people happen to let's see the seriousness of the matter and move on.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Before I go to the next question, there's one name where you mentioned when Honorable Rado Yoki. I strongly agree. Now one of the
Rado Soare, not Yoki.
Oh, okay.
Rado Soare is the Minister of Information, you know, and I say with him. Rado Yoki is Minister of Mines, but Rado Soare, I think I'm
okay, I get them confused. Okay, because
all
with
Rado, no, you know, but all Rado.
Yeah. Honorable Rado Yoki, I've been getting the opportunity for conduct an interview with him, and I respect the partisan approach. I'm sorry, in patriotic approach. You know, with certain questions that will be asked him, it be look like it gets the best interest of the country. So I respect him as one of the executive members of this administration. I hope that all the promise the way it make and talk, even certain things that were questioned about certain ways we handle things them when this administration take change. It was he acknowledged his own mistake, he apologized. So now that type of people that we want to see now we the Republic of Sierra Leone, we're not only partisan but really a patriotic.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Agree.
so now
Agree.
we go back
Agree.
to
Agree. Okay, let go small more there actually. Rado na one person in all left party, but when APC win a power, he gets a very, very good relationship with APC people, and that is what we call politics. When we in a parliament, when are the swing at the well, we they like charge yourself, but outside we go to committee, there is always side for law meet. So now make we vex say, why should we be forced to be moved out of parliament where una can easily let us sit down and talk things them? This is what we want to see. You see, power not there forever, you know. The thing will make a free say this thing for stop. Believe me, Kadi, we know say them two parties are not entrenched, they're not institutionalized, and because the third force not able to get patient for establish themselves, then can just can't say one for the presidency, we not get he die. Look at from Temu Bangura, Kaifa Smart, you know, Johnny Paul, Charles Magai, you know, when the presidency no work, the party die. We don't want that. You know, so since you know no happiness, we just don't say the government only between two parties, APC and SLPP. And in not too distant future, APC they come back. But the Clinton they don't do so. What will we think? If APC can have power, then I go make this case, I go back to the same Justice Kamana, Bale, Sidon Bale, look and back. What you go do? You know, get for begin changing waiting because we don't want that. Will APC go Sidon back say we know the Sonangi? If then Sonangi, who's good they do for country? This is what we want to stop, you know. And now, why sometimes they think say this is the opportunity for President Bio? He's a military man. He can say things he do, you know, but also because his message was a new direction. What's in the new direction means say, like we say, oh, the big Christian, you say, we baptized, say, the things I used to do, I do them no more. You know, more or less the things that we been done, put this country together so to this mess. Not that you get the stand firm hand for making sure say you know happen again. You know, but if you say they can quadruple those minuses are not in salon ready for better it.
Thank you, sir. I want to take a trip down to May 31st, 2019. I want to address two things. One, the day where they may make the decision, say, then for removing an parliament and get other people then for replacing her. And then also, I know say, of course, because in Abindena court, I assume that morning where the other issue unfold na the party office. I don't know if you get any knowledge or waiting you understand waiting really take place that very day. I want to come in, sir.
Yeah, if you say if I get knowledge, this will affect me. I was in court. And Commander, I know they call on justice, so because one is way say pull me in parliament, we be then a court where they hear him they go, then call Honorable Abubakar Sila. The clerk say the petitioner against Abubakar Sila. Abubakar Sila say Honorable Abubakar Sila, we all laugh because you put Honorable by name. And that's the right thing. When Milton come and I say it comes petitioner versus Sirajin Rollongs-Kamara, and I say Honorable Rabbi Sirajin Rollongs-Kamara. It was just fun. You know, Commander take that thing as part of the judgment, say me arrogant. I insisted that I should be addressed that way. So if I could do that in court, it's similar to I would have done something na the constituency and the election will go affect the outcome of the election. Imagine stupid judgment. These guys, when people can give them power, then they abuse them. And I make us say this never again, you know. So I was in court today, then waiting until they started, they reached to we, then pass, then pull we. So okay, they not pull we. What do we do? Then they pull we not reach they Campbell Street, Second Civil Street by Lotto. Now somebody one man with it, I get part in the world they play ball veteran. Now it's say look at the street, demand them in the parliament. Because we took some like 30 minutes around the court area, thinking of it for do then the other court for lay down. So altogether, from the time they passed the judgment, so the time they swear in a parliament less than an hour. And the act say if such a decision is taken, we get 14 days for appeal. When not appeal, if there is no appeal, that's when they can swear in the person where they know and the court don't pass. But imagine all this 1 hour. So that tells you say this well, me not for even the causing orders from above, because me no president or minister will say go take you and put Bangana fire. Commander get for content with this. If he feel say he took an oath for administer justice in the country, then he say somebody go dictate waiting for do, he go be at the board. He's a young guy, he get picking them, and the auditor just must say because of this, anytime the name and commander mention, you know, I think say all man will begin to say if you get election, and but the cycle will go around, you know. So it cannot agree say this thing they happen as social thing. Demand them for salon for make you take people in a parliament for go dance for you. You must have prepared for that a day or two. So for me then give judgment inside 1 hour, you get SLP mind and get convoy for go dance with in a parliament, meaning say the decision was taken long before it was meted out on that day. So that's another thing. And then they way for defend the constitution when at the courts, you know, say there is a provision, say 14 days, if no appeal for them and again, the speaker will know the law, himself sit down, he go allow that prayer for no say, and speaker study law, now Cambridgeian, now sensible man, he allowed that to happen, then go swear in them and day. I know say there is a connection. But when we reach that side, we go talk about the post we pull the bank, we use your hand, whether not somebody say, we use your hand, pull the bank and fire. Now they did with say, na commander, you know, and because you say, you know, you can for call me honorable rabbi, Mr. Sano call and justice commander, and no care. So that's all. So from there, we marched to the party office. And we about 7, 8 of us with the front, so we all we earn, you know, the rest they bear with. We did by Paso Railway line, by Cassia Timer to Janjusli, something like 40, 50 meters to the party office. So now the residents, you know, now we are there for tenants, we are MP them, you know, for say we not all nothing. Hey, before my in space of 2 minutes, sporadic firing, tear gas canister directly onto it, you know. Hey, now one other officer said, say, hey, man, that way I say we not sabi them, we try to see them pull them other world. Say they are now for avoid. By the time the 4th or 5th one they come, I see Honorable Timbo, the help Honorable Kadi. Now Gota, Honorable Kadi don't follow Nagota. The rest of the squad don't disperse. So we just take them, we friend way, until now we say Sabibu feels, we take cover, then can side and you know. So that's how we were dispelled for like 2 hours. Then they raid that place. So the other way belong, waiting and come pass around for go in a party office. These guys were shooting at the party building. You see, this the way we get for talk, this I think the way ICC get for waiting and call, you know. How possible they go I me, if possible run away, go I9 host. Let me say, don't afraid you. We say professional policing go there. Where that person go in a host, you know, they come out. They left, they just make sure say you not come out. You left and they. But Paul the man go hide himself, you know. So man, they even they try for going at the man all and the free bus on table, let's go past it. People were then they go start they struggle for go inside the small, so they fish no more is safe. They almost they have for die themselves. But it's not because of the police, you know. And which I mobile, to me, we always see after Kit Bidul, we then bring a chair. We say a channel to a better person. But it's like say, from when Kit Bidul left, the policing, the plummets, it go down. Acha not been too bad. Munu come and say Munu this and that. But I can tell you, say in Richard Mobe with all the doctorates, is the worst IG would ever get. Now look at the spate of things, you know. Everything now right. It's like say now operations manage policing sabi no more. And policing, not police they engage unless they can only do something else where they know say their self look don't become vulnerable. But there's always this level of dialogue, you know. Nothing bad. It's peaceful citizen, you know. Also, before they marry, you don't put tear gas. And students in election, you don't put tear gas. The gas cannot speak, cannot engage people without any shooting. Those kind of police. We are not at war, you know. And not so police set where they living, you know. Before they marry, you don't begin. It's like the police begin. You see, but these are all things who they talk. Until me, I wait at 141. The Chief Justice should not be appointed by the President. Let the judiciary get their own council, they appoint their own way to them, so that you will not say, not say the president appoints, I not go for president. You get the police council. Equally so, let them make them set up brand so that the IG will think, say, no, now this one also the person will get power for second. Once you do in job professional, as you have it here. But I can tell you what is obtainable now, is really unspeakable, you know, shameful, because the lives of people are in danger. So we are really terrorized on that day. When myself I get some balance trick them, I know that party officer because I knew it would happen. Cherry Coco, the other people, after some time, I think them go to the party office. How they manage go because then can this way we pass the other way. Me just say for going to host in England, you know. Now so then go get them. Of course, thank God, courtesy of AYV, they cover the program live, and at that 10 day, I see even Devo escape at the end, and I'm happy that Devo did. Believe me, Devo not be escape, you know, and not be gone away. Believe it, Devo would have been a dead person by now, you know. And the guys were just too, you know, I know they call the executive and the police are the blame. Waiting bad, you know, if somebody waiting them call, restrain them. But quick before them are, oh, they're not fire. And there's only one life. You cannot recall. All the killings, so police don't say inadvertently don't kill people over time. There's never been any recompense or anything. The soul and go for nothing, you know. So we also have to look to that, say, heck, you want to sponsor them. They feed. You know, the money on that, I say, I don't know the background of their money. Now slave trade money. So now we get for me, say, Lord man, we will get campaign, they will not sell. Now we not sell. So good British government do it. Now pay back. So one information say now, may they use their money as so responsibly. The police, the judiciary, the electoral commissioner, you know, I think say this sector they need for work on for less alone better. So that's what happened on that day. Yeah.
Yeah. As a humanitarian, like I tell Honorable Timbo when I get the opportunity for sit with him the other day, and on behalf of all peace-loving Sierra Leoneans, women good for Sierra Leone, they extend my sincere sympathy to in all way experience such misfortune that day.
Yeah.
When you look, how many will you go considered for be a victim of that incident that day, and what do you see like the injury them?
No,
If you
like
can recall.
no, you see the problem where I get with people, social media don't well a lot of things them, and to an extent the truth has been distorted. One thing we know will ever get me, and it will get me for life. Because even myself, if me wife self, if you pray me too much, I do bad. I go either shut up or not go talk. You understand? Eh? So, but in case like generally, I not go lie. I saw women, the one woman in her breast, you know, the guys were just indiscriminate them, they shoot, you know. And I saw Anna is just almost opposite the party office at the provoke and say, I say, Anna, you can cost me. Now you they see police, they begin to cry, but they only I see the way they hold me, you know. Most of them are women in back way because then get body, they don't care with maneuver like they man them. I saw what you saw in Facebook, social media that day is the true picture. People go talk say, man, and go take Kool-Aid for waiting call. It's very disingenuous, believe me. You see, when somebody do bad, let's face it. Let's face it and try to correct it. So they can be that person tomorrow, it could be you, you know. And I can tell you the number of people, me forget about the one they arrest though, because that day, until they say a police state today, you know, I'll just imagine, say the same police will be there, where PC can how you they face, do a job independently. You know, but because some of them don't believe self say they will have to be there, or they do the wrong thing for protect their job self. And so we are not growing. So a good number of people we are wounded, you know, and some were suffocated, you know, and of course some they be under siege. I know call them Senaya for let you know ridiculous, but even big party people, if I tell them they scramble for friend side for me, not kill them, you know. Then kind of thing. And the guys are almost going to break into the office to metal the motor and for go break into that. But they should sure them broke all the glasses so that anytime they shoot and say, who's that person, they let the bullet meter. You know, it's really bad, you know. And of course, they get most people later on they go detain. You know where they see about 80 something. They held them at CID and Najue Central Police. The one who go to CID self will go try for get money for go give some of them. Where them don't pull that time, so they'll go patronize with them. Samuel and meet with themselves. Can't see cry. They not cry because they feel waiting and call. They cry because they feel say injustice don't be done. Hey, but now go put in a parliament. Hey, what you do? Hey, but I just say, Commander, if now you picking and do so, how you feel or in a system, you know? But what they say, you see, Commander, in terms of show, and he begin telling somebody, he begin to talk by himself how they put under pressure from state house, this and that, and that, they will tell that to the Marines. Jackass like you, now they go tell and they go tell what you for do, you know, what's anything? You cannot be sacked. If they sack yourself, what you sort, except you only sack indiscriminately. I'll check now and sack. So you don't have states, you know go for down anybody in foot for begin the big. Make them sack. The sack will go around, which is wrong. Now make states will not go develop because talent will come back, except you now for correct certain thing them. I mean, like I praise them time and again say what they are doing in corruption, even though something they go out of their remit. But again, I wish they would have championed the fight against corruption and make them flagship. People I mean, I will continue for support them. But if at all if they do selective justice, if they do things and as I will say, how we know they do them in the 70s, the 80s, or now so them don't do waiting and cause somebody talk say there's somebody in a chief minister there or big minister there, I don't know. Then say in talk say we been there in a salon, now so APC been doing before you go study. Hey, most can picking business, this law left handed. Now by then tell us so we look at waiting for B, and for there we bring look at it happen in South Africa, if we not unite, salon look at salon small. Believe me, we get Christmas them. One time they flush that country there. But I remember 1997, we get the World Council for Peace. We come, I think they can't give you an award. Now Bintimani Hotel President Kabago receive and say, Sierra Leone now the most religious tolerant country and the most peaceful country in the world, as it was. And we don't come up from there. The good thing no more, even when it talks say, hey, now people want for play the tribal, because Salon not tribalistic at all. You see many man, the man they married this way, we not get that problem. Now when we get religious tolerance, we get social tolerance, we get everything, but we can't talk politics. And you tell us that the politician want for waiting and call. It's very bad. And don't looking at the minority and if you want for play the tribal card, we're not good. I think say now we need for move on. The bad don't pass back. Sometimes somebody say the bad don't pass back. They sit and say they begin shame themselves. Say, hey, this country will overtake me upon me satanic waiting and God. That's make sure no more. Every week they get a record of something not good. Where would they get? We go in at the news for all the wrong reason. Go good for. We are not proud of being Sierra Leoneans anymore. We are the one way ignorant. We are say where are you from? You say Sierra Leone. Which part of Africa? Which part of Africa? I say West Africa. Which part? You say Sierra Leone. Where is that? Starts in one day read that name there. The one way Sabi Salon now, then it's Sabi for the wrong reason. No begin rebrand the country and market them for the good reason, And we all therefore be ambassadors, but the enabling environment therefore be set up by the president, by the president. I know why I think say President Bio get it all wrong. Me, if I mean I of course somebody will talk say I make you not be President Bio. If I mean I like that's you go McKinney. Believe you will just get President and Escobar say, Mr. President, I declare McKinney tomorrow, not today they can't put up. Then let them see how President Kumar they go welcome President Bio na something that hospital side and go na McKinney. From that thing and Escobar in popularity, all go down, the man go transfer to Annette. That is what Sierra Leoneans want to see. But if they begin to say beefing, then they waiting and calling for check, it not go good for we. Believe me. Any cycle will go around, I will tell you this. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So for the other viewers, them way will say, well, now the All People's Congress them instigates the police officer them for not them react in that manner or then burn tire. What do you go say in that? If you get any, I know say you're not being there physically, but
Kadi not say I'm not being there physically. I say up to 40 meters to the office, the police fire.
Okay.
I go say I'm not there. Now imagine
okay.
all the time when they go to court, we support and then you go with you, then you go support with. All is sitting them. Some of them they big them say you are not can. So if that way then all man the rumor don't pass now say 16 they can be 5. If they see 3 days to the ruling, the thing don't look, all man don't know that this they happen. So imagine, that means say it was premeditated, it was pre-planned and everything. So on that day, people say, okay, no, can't do it they happen. They stop them from going to the perimeter of the court. They stay by NP and that museum and center. So when they should come out, they all follow us and they were behind us, Again, waiting back for you follow your leader, What who see know them commit, We not stop the peace, we not do nothing. We are just marching peacefully to the party for say there is victory for us. If commander and the other judge pass ruling today, then we know say there is always victory for us. Ours will be tomorrow. So we are marching to the party office. Like which kind of provocation they happen? When they come on and court save them, come, then pass with them and riot, waiting and call. I wave to them. I say one or two of them. You know, I bind them. I say they're gonna party office for this sign all day. You know, if the past that we say they don't put in a parliament, we'll take her. Peacefully walk into the party office. Then when I go settle the neighbor, say, may then shoot people. You know, I can tell you, Salon in a small country, that place there, na APC run that party office here. They will not wait. Okay, wait till they go bonfire before we go na court. They don't deploy over 100 policemen and soldier man at the place there. Where they go bonfire, but they just want for friend. Look at how then they go like say they would plan coup. Where they go make coup? For this time, so we know say could not be, they be accepted. You know where they go plan coup. But all that Washinga, we devote when waiting and go do for me, they go plan coup. You know, they say that they go. You see, when somebody clueless, we don't lost idea of governance, you know, for listen, anything for any bit. I will not go into that. So if you tell me, say, that the APC not provoke no situation, if they say that anybody provokes the situation, now the judiciary, the false judges, we pass wrong judgments on us, you know, but even with that, we restrain. Imagine if you watch AYB, you now watch it through and through. We are just matching the seat of reason for 10 and say, hey, you can kill our body, but you cannot kill the spirit within us. That's what we're exhibiting. We walk to the party. The way we dress, you go see the way we dress for no say, hey, they're not going to give you up for also. Well dressed as parliamentarian, well dressed. We control Bobo and say you have to stay here and abide and follow us. That's what happened, you know. So let police, because they are very unprofessional, then they dance to the tune of the government of the day. They will always have a friend and escape route, you know. Even imagine if you go back for someone police, as you say, oh no, he resists arrest. They are always there to lie to people. You know, we're not good. You see, and it's not good for the country anymore. Definitely, I can tell you. You know, let the police try for be professional. They lie per we, they sit advantage per we, they beat to people, they wound them, they imprison them. You know, so no, there's life. There's always life. Oh, they will call on, you know. One lady Marie, when former ambassador and former minister in Peking, Ambassador Dauda. They will all imagine. The story more than me said. Then I not surprised and go be them journalists yesterday. Then a woman said they not respect whether you tell her, not even care if you la lose for you communicate. They when they're ready for disgrace, you judge the waiting and court. They lack morals. The police lack it. You know. The police before now they go and say, okay, now woman, first you have if an woman police they can't hold woman for waiting and court. But they super they say then get that lady marry go like partner because they want make the winner constituency 110 that Jackson not to the will of the people. That place the APC gone. In fact, the doctor that who said no go ever be. You know, when I make violence, they no go ever be. Una left and so. Politics not to by power, not to by force. Now by I said that earlier when I started. And Escoma enforced them. Lots of people from the southeast. Then come over. So in second term, get Kulala. Anyway. So if una said for do this there are people away liberal where they say, this one did actually they go. Once and for good of country, let me follow them. Anyway. When it comes on politics, we will play back, but not at development time. Hey, but except from where they win, they will not get any development plan. Now for hiring and firing and fighting, destroying, killing, jailing people, fitting fatter. It's sad.
Thank you, sir. So now we take a trip down to the wells of Parliament, a day wherein we all see from we being in diaspora, we will not actually did it physically. I want with now you share with we your memories of what happened that day where you see men and women in uniform then come in and try for manhandle some of the MPs them. What's in your knowledge of
they're not try for manhandle, they're manhandle. If you say try, okay. Them say they attempted, but they did not attempt, they did it, I was there and the fracas started when Honorable Paran talks say some 16 MPs of the APC are petitioned, so therefore they're not going involved in the process. But equally so, there are like 32 SFP MPs who have petitioned, but they not resolve the issue. So now to say, no, if they pull the 16, we not say pull the 32. But I can tell you, it was a ploy for say, may they reduce 16 from your own vote, so that them plus the chief them vote, they will get the majority where they need for votes for the speaker. Basically, that was their plan before. But waiting make eventually they pull it back 1 year, 2 months later on, even though the period for such matter are 4 months. Now because then they shame them every time they go to the wall, then say, hey, we now get the presidency, we not get majority in a parliament. It's not possible in Africa, it never happened. So that means say something is wrong. So now they want to make that so for say, let them correct that. So that they pull so that we get the simple majority in a parliament and also the executive. So when we begin they now say no. But of course, the other team first, they came, they wanted to sit who said they so. Now, talk say now for them because now a majority in a parliament, who for on the right hand of the speaker, you know, the minority sit there. But then say no, now the government of the day and parliament, not the government of the majority in a parliament. So make that they say now some of which in say we know they listen. Now parliament adjourned. Lahai was there. He sabi me very well because me say don't work, I don't volunteer on a police partnership board. Even I mean go share the program now with by force where they induct them board day, and he came as the senior police officer who spoke and admonished the board that I share the occasion. So we don't they work once. He expect me sabi me. So now I say, hey, honorable, you know, go sit down there. Now I say, okay, I say, me say they cool off me own guys them. Now they go sit down. So I begin joining for making cool off the tempo. You know, what's happen next? Now parliament they adjourn for so minutes. Then go consult, you know. But once they consult, somebody come in, and then Charles Maga was the chief, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, and Ian Moibe, then go see speaker, what they spoke, adjusted and they come out. Then now see, now somebody say, thank God for social media, now somebody say, hey, then see loads of truck of police, they come out from Central, they come in a parliament area, you know. So we don't get the machine already. So by telling the say for law can't wait back, the same dilly-dally noise come up. So what they did now, now they call them to operation, drag them out, you know. Drag them out, you know. I can remember Mohamed Bangura, Alukonte, Alukonte. Now, so they lift them up. So, you know, the only person way been tonight before they set, come be there at the back small. The only person tonight before the way resist them, na Scorpion, honorable Scorpion, because you know, been old soldier man or so he gets strength, so be able to deal tonight with them actually. But Mohamed Bangura was even dashed to the ground. You know, I saw him with the dragon at the gun. I know Alukonte where they lift them up, they put them. So not to say they attempted to, they really molested us in the well. You know, now you talk say where somebody do something, if they go to parliament or they come on a parliament could not be arrested, and when they within the precincts of parliament, it could not be touched. But this is not only the precinct where we say the compound. This is not the like we say the oval right inside the office. We saw the well, we saw the talk. Now they then can do that mistake. So, but again, we talk. They don't go beat you in a parliament. They don't pull you in a parliament. They don't beat and detain sitting MP. Honorable Cabo was recently detained in Lumley police when he was a polling agent for a by-election. You know, they don't do all kinds of things. So we should ask them what is left. You know, what's left again for men to do? There's nothing left on the side of SFP when they don't abuse. You know, and it intimidates me. But we tell and say this is not good. Salon are the only country we get. We only have one country. Even then also you go get to even Kadi the other so Kadi now make it a get program on Salon because if anything you already wish for go home. Now they talk say me a beneficiary of Tusim, if not so for Tusim, I'm not for going to parliament because the person will be the incumbent just within the party rank, you know, entrenched. But that's another thing we get for talk another day. Then go use this Tusim where they bring come. I say, look at the spirit behind the Tusim. Okay, but waiting make people they run away for can other country for can see greener pasture because we fail as a government for providing basic amenities for people. As Sierra Leone become a utopia, with all the resources we got with the 27 million or so we get, then we manage them well. Nobody know the left country for Canada and America. You go come visit and go back. Singapore, I go there 21 years ago, I go there back last year. The same thing, if you're a Singaporean and they go to visa for going to America, there's only one question they ask you. Who say they come back? Because they don't say you country so developed that you always want to come back. But Salon, we want for go for visa, where you grandpa birth certificate, you say they work, where you work for you picking them, how much they work this time. Because there's no say where Salon man left, you know they can because we don't create the environment to let people stay at home, you know. Then can say even when we suffer so now, then they do backward at them where they make them continue to be perplexed. It is not good, you know. And so these are the things we talk say. Let government be sincere. They beg the people and say, "When I vote for me based on the manifesto." There's nothing like this violence by anybody in manifesto. Why then for trust power do you now? Then you change otherwise. You know, the white people go land say other African leaders they all mess up similarly. So how they end? Can you believe say al-Bashir of Sudan of all? Then go Gegam like so, you know, Laurent Gbagbo. You know, can they not able because these things easily repeat itself, the cycle they go around. You know, then you still they think say you because you hold power they do no. And may not tell President we want things that we do not fine for them for the international community. It's not in danger. Then no, if they make all man they feel like say the country not safe for them. You know, if soldier mind they afraid pass man, if that man they convoy and they assume they revolve aid and so like for safety. Any business person they watch that country they happy will say this country not safe. If the president not going to drive slow and put your window don't say for just for even hypocritical say wave to people them, you know, also they run with spill for say and they run after your life. The man says self within itself you're not safe. So let's begin address that issue there first. Let deal with that. But again, I want to tell you, NABIE, not to the kind of person who had one for blame 100%. He lost election to Beyewa. You know, he left the country, he can't study, what have you. He came to President Nkrumah, he lost the first election. He came back here for the we go back, he involved in the Ebola, what have you, you know. So he was always there with the people. They're not too savvy. Yes, everybody gets your own small excesses, you know, that kind of thing. But not to that kind of bad person, you know. So we begin to ask ourselves now, say, what's it don't go wrong now? We President Bio don't get the power. We don't get the power today. If you look somebody, the post say, they maintain, they bio, you know. Why now you don't get the power? Wait for things say, if for make them, let's see, don't they good now? If they do things that we not waiting and call. The cushions of opinion talk say, oh, now advisor them, or some say, now chief minister, now this waiting and call. But why I myself they send message to them? You cannot say this in the go, people and they watch them. Chief minister, your name don't come up and bokutin and only call your name panting them. Salon not been done so, and me I get reason for believe because you've been out of touch. Not also for one country. You sit down and look say this country has to have for will, you know. President Bio was not bad to us. You know, if they're bad now, they will think so not only be not responsible. So they are not get for think twice and no say this cycle it go around. And we don't turn the come back just so. Me not go on for come begin see, then they run after you for nothing. You know, let's do the right thing. Let's advise the president for do the right thing. It's not indispensable. It's not omnipresence for the other side at the same time. You know they know when they receive this. Again, the right advice when they make the country go before. Not so for cancer say, APC, we don't do this. That will they turn and give them. No, don't forget about that. Seriously for mean business. Me like this, so I tell you, I will continue for fighting my own case with the judiciary. You know, whether for go to any court, I will go there. You know, until not so for make. In fact, me at the parliament will not be sweet for me. That one has been against it altogether because my expectations were not met. You know, here and there. You know, so if I've been not talking seriously, I know they look forward for go for a second time. I said it umpteen time. You know, Boku side. So, but I just think say now we can talk a language way for build a country before. Look at let's put like football. You know, when football comes, so all man go rally around the team. You know, had we won yesterday, you go see waiting for happen. Go see how the country for sweet. You know, yeah. But now politics back in football, they're not different at all. The team manager or the coach, now they pick in team. Now they pick the team where they play for their win. So the team not they win, as you see, not they win. But so also they say we have to ask the team manager. And in football, most time now the team manager they sack because then they appoint. The other now buy them. The person now they elect. Anything happen, now we go for camp for dumper. So look at your team, and so then begin sifter, sieve the advisory they give back now. Begin to say, okay, I don't try this for 14, 15 months. Let me try other piece of advice and say this one not go work. At the end of the day, we need good of salon one for CR be. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I want to talk about two things simultaneously, relating to the wells of parliament again. One, having to do with the holy books, the Holy Quran and the Holy Bible, where they say them into it at the floor. I mean, gets the point of view of Honorable Usman Timbo that day, and then also during the time where His Excellency they're making way into the wells of parliament. Some they say that the All People's Congress then walk away during we national anthem. I want your own part of your own view on that.
Who threw the Bible and the Quran are gone? I know say them throw them. Then I know we like you, then throw them. It's not just about the constitution, the icon standing orders, everything. They were all on the table because when they swear in, then they give a copy of the constitution, then give you the standing order when a small book, when a day if or no, whenever they snap in a parliament for talk, you say they stand like you say, you then talk say the common one and say SO2. Standing order 2 for say you want to speak in a language other than English because English is the official language in a parliament. So whether in a French, Arabic, Tamil, Mende one for talk, I go say I stand on SO2. Okay, so but you know go talk say I stand on SO2 because you go look at some way they talk say, well, we went to the stadium and we met some of these guys who said SO2, bribe body, then can't so that's the book, yeah. Yeah, so for say SO2 that grants me permission to speak in another language other than English. Okay, that's the book there. So they were all there for Med and Gui, which will certificate them for Tracy would be parliamentarian. So definitely that I can tell you in APC because I will be vexed. I will be say they're not for Pulwi. So those guys who are there, then just month everything. Not that say they go take the Quran and Bible, just take them through and so. But like in the process of say, if I don't swear in anybody in I said them to every now the constitution and the standing order we target when the process the Bible and Quran of course followed.
Okay. So the shop up and down. Oh.
Yeah, the other thing about the workout, me personally, me individually, as Sirajin, as myself, not as the member of parliament for the constituency, but for Mr. Sirajin, I was averse to the workout. And I said it in our APC forum. I know say one guy, Emmanuel, blast for me. Sylvia Bladin puts me in front, we say, me go boycott the workout, But I will just say two things, that and the Bintimani 3. Personally, me, Cesar Sirajin, I would have loved for them a parliament. In fact, I was the last person to come on a parliament, I reluctantly did because my own strategy was that every 10 or 15 minutes, we might be able to talk, we turn up to placard them with Alapana. Then can't say we didn't now we own office and I do for day. That was my own plan. But with some of them come to party office for say work outside, they even go. So now what kind of money? I say, me know the workout so and they say no, now this we don't agree. So but out of solidarity of party, I did. Okay. Because my mind was focused to stay in parliament, but I was not asked to work out, So in fact, how then they welcome people and for come, my mind, I was just there, but my body bleeding me spin up need again. So whether the anthem was sung and completed or finished, but one thing I know was that President Bio was seated. President Bio was seated already before we walk out. So I don't know how the anthem was incomplete. I didn't even know whether it was before, but we know say it was seated before me move out. Personally, I can tell my own opinion. And so I also talk about the Bintimanity. I was looking for say one person from the party for go there, especially who been getting international committee, will tell and say, we didn't allow people to come here because now so thing them. This government only look from that anyway. Since the moral guarantee they were there, the AU rep, the ECOWAS people, then they say, I don't face peace, don't now these things are happening. The cycle will be obtained where we go into war. Now don't begin to go back. So someone would have stood there and catalog everything and tell and say, So let una talk to this government, make them shape up. That was my opinion on it. But again, we're not being good. So that's what's happening in the workout. But again, you know what? When somebody they protest, whether anthem been there on or not, it no matter. It in the state of protest. When you see some player and say, then they protest over racism, when even they sing anthem, they know then either they butu, they know they turn up. When they protest, they go against them, say they go against the norm. If we are expected to stand where anthem they play, because they protest, you get for good the opposite. So nobody should begin start say we abuse the anthem, you know. But all these things, let Saloma not come begin to talk about national anthem. Who get the pledge, you know, they don't respect them. You know, I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Salome. Look at them. How much of them they thief every day for thief the rip of the country? Who's stuff they get for country? So for say the anthem, there not be a lip service. Now that's to say we even should go back to the schools and start teaching. Then people are picking them, waiting at the anthem, waiting at a message, the pledge, waiting stand for the flag. Yeah, American man they burn the flag, you see they cry, you know. But now who says I will take the flag self with chair. Then when people and protest and walk out of Repal and then they sing anthem, you want to can make a doctrine, you know. No, I think say very disingenuous, you know, good, you know, because
Thank you.
yes, people them do on protest, so you will not expect the normal. Now the abnormal they obtain.
So your opinion, talking about the Bintumani 3, how effective you think that Bintumani 3 was with the main opposition when at the All People's Congress not been did for partake in that
Well,
conference?
the results don't prove and say na fruitless endeavor, not just chop money business. Because you still come up Bintumani to go talk about peace, social cohesion, political tolerance, waiting and call. You not take 1 week, you begin stone people, arrest people, pull people in a parliament. Are you serious? Tell me about. So I not talk about that stuff. That are just waste of resources. You not get any impact, you not get any effect until the need for color have been money for again. But that one was a sham. No go back.
Thank you, sir. Make we fast forward to constituency 110 Saga. What's in your knowledge on that event? What happened?
Honorable Kadi Davis, I want to free them Puna Parliament when I say for rerun. Now we go nominate him. We really ran with him for Motalo, take him to the end of in constituency. I've been a part of the where they pull the calendar of events for the campaign. I witnessed one campaign before I come. What I saw, me, Chief Minister, you want for the lead one, and when he take this, as somebody play, you see one thing, where they do things, something there, we get power, forget say the money and power will buy everybody. He called the demand them to a meeting, go give them money, say they're all for campaign for Jackson, and that you know good in any constituency when an APC they govern, you know. And I wonder if that man they been voted safe, you know, because you don't understand things. So now he was now pressuring the people say make them not go with Kadi Davis. But we'll then put a parliament with 10. We get a group who be meeting regularly, you know. Then say me the leader of government business, the speaker with involve himself. But we meet regularly because we say we get formation, so we go to the tail end of this. We've met the British High Commission twice. They are making ambassador, other diplomats for just tell and say we are not fighting, but you see the situation at Salone, especially in real cases, it's toxic. They're very toxic. Anything can happen at any time. You know, don't allow the push, take the push, lock in an empty room, they knock, and they reach a point where they will balance you again, they attack you. And we don't want that because that can spark anything. But we don't restrain people to a large extent, say let it not be. And we're happy that it's not happening. So now that meeting there, one of them record, you know, of course it's very common now they say anything happen, you know. It's not just about your phone, you know. Some of you get USB they record, pen they record, then kind of thing. So they're not as the commodity to nine person called Honorable Kadi. We did to Honorable Timbo in office. Now I say you want can see so now you can see this another give una this so say but this. We had him telling them say you know go there APC rule day, you know, people for go tell the people and that they want to develop the constituency you know, but until they vote JJ Jackson lady. So now that will not stay well. If chief minister don't involve in this process, it's no longer an easy game. But I left. So, but the incident that will happen, even cabinet when I'm minister of transport, you see the video. Thank God for WhatsApp. Picture not the lie. And even that about Jabi, I provoke Jabi APC, but not Jabi SFP. If they unbug me, say, I will not go APC again. Not opposition, not fit me. They no, I don't scatter the thing them. You know, I rather they misbehave. Police don't arrest them. You know, a lot of things. Let people and talk to them. We not some free there. People know we say when APC been there, they do things that we no good. We don't oppose. We don't critique. But today people know for even own up say waiting a rat do it bad. Waiting a sitting cabinet minister cabinet do it bad. Would an employee of immigration when I be maybe they can at parliament they can sit down in money and Jabi, it's all bad. Then you see the other people because those are the one okay will identify. You know, so you don't need mathematics or rocket science for can begin tell you say, oh well, wait till that man they do something, just be the display. It's total better. And why that center there now on Kadi in place now Angola town. Now they pull 95 to 99% of the votes there. The 95 to 95% of the votes now that center there now for them. So the way they did was I say, okay, let we take this center so, let we allow the square. If we can't cause the ballot, Jackson win, we will just notify that and they announce the result. But for all that, we then can still say then the woman who said for put 3,000 votes, you know, then cancel them. Still, Jackson not win. Now we can finally cancel the election back. So, you know, and I can assure and say, it can cancel and 50 term. Candidates will win under 50 term. But the thing over way this generation will get for forgive them. And when a responsible government come to power, not finally get for account for that waste of money they for say. Now taxpayers' money they waste so. For cancel election and come waiting and call them, if the money be come on in pockets, you know for do that. Let people begin things say, if I mean they sponsor this tier so, how will I now so go do them? This one took why they drive so. Now government give me. But if I mean they buy the fuel, now this kind of amount of fuel at the pass with them, you know even they do them for official business. Any side they go, they fit it faster because not they buy the fuel. So when people start for things Sierra Leone in the real sense of the word, then I think so ready for better. So but me admonition to Fali, consensus 110, we don't know say chief minister and day. And no matter what they do, the people don't resolve say this will be the last thing we them will ever give up on. So it's better for me than do the right thing and allow the people let the result be announced as it were, so that we save time, resources, and other things and people and lives them. Let life go on. Now yeah, Britain, and then change prime minister. Nobody don't notice them. Everybody go about in business. Salona one constituency out of 132. Now you get the country so. They ask if we're serious about governance.
Thank you, sir. I want to know we talk simultaneously about political intimidation from your point of view before they wrap up very soon, and also how effective is Mfa-Ali?
Okay, let me start from Mfa-Ali. Mfa-Ali, I worked with I've been worked with NDI. So we set up Democracy Salon. He was the longest serving person at NEC by then and up to date, I could believe. The time when Christian Ato been there, and he was like an operations or technical person, you know. And he gets a very good spirit. Frankly speaking, you know, one person also been thinking, say, not only go tell President come out for gear and the job, but when them they bring on people, I say, if somebody don't serve some side for long, you know, why they not go gear, you know? And so I added my voice, even though not to the powers that be, but sometimes I groups are what they, you know. So more or less, I would say now one person who have been believe say he will do a good job. But waiting up till now, not to the value have been stabbed. Seriously. So when somebody we get 3H them in anybody in life, which they do. The 3H one, the head, the heart, and the hand. The head now the knowledge. The heart now the passion. The hand now the ability. Mfa-Ali get the head, he get the knowledge, you know. about what they do. You don't able to tell anything about election and the system we don't know about. He's been there that long. But I can tell somebody the passion, the heart, when I did the integrity, the character they don't fall, you don't lost them. You know, and when you lost that in the middle side, the heart, the joints, you know, the nexus between the head and the hand, where the middle, the final say, you don't lost them, and you cannot make it. When you lost integrity, you lost the character will make you who that be. You lost them, you fall for other thing, then you don't lost them, you know. And unfortunately for we in Africa, will not get some minister or person for say resign. But for me, I would have resigned if I'm looking at them kind of say, either for don't and I'm for bow to the pressure, we if any step to, or if I don't mess up, I didn't say I go apologize to people on my left. But people just say, without this, they will not wait till them call. Then forget say when you take a stand nationally, you will be recognized internationally. You might even get a bigger job. You know, people don't want to stand for that. They cannot stand up for the truth. You don't mess up, you don't unbug yourself, you don't stain yourself. You know, we had a lot of stories about your wife, about this, about everything, but that's not important to me as far as I'm concerned now. A man therefore take up on himself, you know, you say, I think, therefore I am. You know, if you think say what's right for you, do it, you know. Say a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. You know, be yourself. Take your stand where you be and let people do the rest, you know. You know, people and salon people don't have good name. Now perfume they want for they get the money waiting and call, even when they mess up. So finally, you don't lose them. But again, that's why I said earlier, say I would love to see independent bodies appoint the heads of NEC, police, and judiciary. But we get for Cambi and the president, and you don't dance to the tune of the government of the day, I will not surprise that you'll give a second term. You know, and we are in a non-bully, we are not put in a parliament that we cannot stand against that. So they have the majority back in the parliament. You know, that's it. So then the last point we talk about political intimidation is it's obvious, you know. Look me paddy, Harvard Judge Williams. They go arrest and host them money. They say one AIG Bamaja. Waiting to say because Harvard Judge Williams now admin for one social group and say Fitia Corner. You know. Well, I really think say well if Harvard you know they talk in a group, then go arrest and just because in admin. I don't want to know like who's so now where they talk 50 fats, waiting go do it with. I know they afraid though. But the thing they do, I must say people really cost Donald Trump. Oh, look, this less man. Waiting back for oppose or critique president. Why not that not for happening? Waiting not even know tell Boris Johnson, you know. But when we come, we they take them, cost other people and president. But we own president cost now, then tell and true now. We begin to like Ariobo, we begin to vex from people. You know, and they cannot stop it. You see, freedom of speech now with fundamental rights. Let the person say me. Let the person say what he believe. You know, me I always say I get a saying where I quote I say I live what I believe. You know, nobody will stop me from saying what I believe. Now I say even when they say they do good, I don't say they commend them. When they do the bad, I blast. You know, nobody will stop me from there. But for can't begin to say a person critique you or criticize you, therefore you go. I call them. You go begin to tell and say can't arrest them. Look like Madina Raman. What you do? They hold them to them. Or they minister them. They call them. We people talking at television. Then call them. Wait till them call them. Richard Conte go wait and call. What's kind of madness that one day? You cannot believe me. Like one guy say Ofumbi was one of the people where Idi Amin they deal with. You know, he was a lecturer. You know, he say when he was say you can kill me, general, but you cannot kill the spirit of Ugandan people. And that's the same message I want to tell President Bio and government say. You can want for them the flesh of the Sierra Leoneans, but the spirit of Sierra Leoneans you cannot. You know, and people that know say what they do is not right. About George Williams, even my own party why they critique about and they tell me say, hey, but no take easy this and that. Now no sabi mass answer for killer, you know. They will not just look that they marry on I will call not just they go look at because they may think say with an older man and they now they keep people and the constituency, you know, so then we will win the election easily. See this stuff don't send a message to us say, not so by power, not so by force. You know, you cannot, you know. Salomon, of course, you're ready for forgive and forget easily. Even all these medicine I don't do so, they don't do so. It's very simple, say, come open, extend the olive branch bar. Let you think so is sincere. But what is missing in them, now the sincerity. Sincerity of purpose is totally missing. You know, you cannot camouflage for waiting and call. You call Bintimani 3, then the next one will see which you go rep people in a parliament, you go beat in a party office, then you say you want peace. No, you don't want it, definitely. But may they no say, not that say you need a university for land, for good land for be rude. You need a university for good land for begin to somebody slap you, say, get for say, now go to election and let them out for slapper. No. The tit for tat has been there from this world have been done. But we say, no, this is not the time. We want Salone for better. Let's move on with Salone. Let Salone be a better place. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, sir. No, talk. The very last one now before I let you go. You don't try. Thank you so much, Honorable.
I must say I don't talk so.
Until you come a little late, so they assume say about 2 hours. So you don't do more than well. So this is going to be the last question before we call it a wrap. Civil society body, any action or reaction from them, any legal step made by them for in terms of human rights violation or all this thing where they go now with country as a whole?
Well,
from your knowledge,
let me tell you first before I come to civil society, there is a commission we they call Human Rights Commission, where primarily is charged with that responsibility. Times pass, we don't see people we perform well. This guy will be the head, Amnesty International, Reverend Dr. Smafona, where the Intelligence Council, they served well. Recently they brought in people when are real party activists. The chairman, when Mrs. Danema, the deputy chair, when Lansana, and my party where they hang out. You know, these are Kokoko party people. And I can tell you, you know, say, this stretch of the imagination, you know, that guts there for raise up an issue against the SLPP government. They don't get mind one, you know. And so now you begin to ask, where is the independence of this? And so when he sets up such institutions, they not perform, they fail, then I begin to say an auxiliary, the third eye, the third force, when at the civil society for come up. But again, just like waiting obtain at the state, the press, you get some media houses, then go say we are Democrats, we are Republicans, you get that divided. But they know self for cut the line. But for we now, anybody calling say a media person, sometimes if they talk for this party, now for when the party win election, may then send them as press attaché or get some appointment. That's what it will make it different from the world. So even civil society, we get civil society where we don't be very, very active, you know. But most of them have been absorbed into governance, into government. And I was in parliament. I'm happy if they do so because maybe they get connected and good work. But that tells you, almost say, well, maybe now they don't prove and say it's a form of silencing them, you know. We get a few, one them, then Thomas more content are young, but they know they come up. Of course, we know see Democracy Salon, even the written and called brag tag them in APC, but they've always been on issues, you know. But now I can tell you, say President Bio did well for civil society. Then most of the leaders them, he give them appointment. So more or less the voices are all don't go into power, so they cannot speak anymore, you know. So the one way we know they speak now, you see time again, trying to say Thomas more content voice don't become monotonous because maybe it's the only voice now obtainable. You know, we call this guy Sano. Sano go no say this is not good now, but he cannot speak because he go face it and go sack from his job. I can understand that, you know. And maybe some people say I like people like sometimes people and they are smart. They always say no, you know, want the job, then call him commissioner and IMC. Instead, turn and down. Maybe I know the people like Kuma Fofana, then go don't call them for appointment. He turn and down. You know, maybe because you know say he go stand for wanting to expose the truth, but he then give appointment, you go compromise. There are people like that, you know. We not go once, you know, because they want for continued vocation. But what is which will get right in a salon? I tell you, say the voice and not reduce, the voice don't be compromised, and it behoves the civil society for come out, stand up, and speak out, and tell say enough is enough. But it is absent for now. We just have a thin voice. But I can also say, well, let me so commend one person, Fatoma. For tomorrow, everybody, I think, even take a picture with First Lady, do a fundraising program in England. Everybody tag and say, "I send people this and that." Well, maybe not name, but I worked with an will be in a democratic salon before I come to the UK. But instead, don't come up with don't come up with issues them way I think say the address. Then even Renaissance, where most of them today don't be members, they don't get appointments. Now I said people like Ben Kaifala, the deputy foreign minister Jamiru. But if they still like this guy Mara, where they act as leader, he came out when he came up with an issue, he make a synopsis and condemn the judiciary, say it is wrong. Point out the picture. So there are still competent voices, But again, it can only succeed to somebody who wants to listen, And I make a tell chief minister say, Madam, you been listen to we. We not be president. Madam, you be president, not listen. You not be there now. You don't need Madam, you now they put the blame in the chief minister. So let's go back and we say Salon wants peace, Salon wants for collaborate, Salon wants for develop, and
Honorable, I think your internet. Okay, Honorable, I think I lost you. Now, sorry. All right, I want to take this opportunity for tell Honorable plenty thank you for in time we take out of in very busy schedule for honor the invitation today. I want to also tell in all plenty thank you we log on with today. For now we discuss relevant issue having to do with the Republic of Sierra Leone. Once again, I send a reminder that later on we will get another show where we go address the recurrent report card of the WAS exam, and simultaneously we'll talk about the incident having to do with Liberia and Salon football game. On behalf of the team, I want to take this opportunity once again for telling a plenty thank you. This is not a critical thinking talk show. This is our host, KHADIJA, TEJAN, NABIE. Honorable, would they tell you plenty thank you. Next time, this is not a critical thinking talk show. Bye.